Today I want to talk about something that affects everyone involved in the residency process here in Paraguay. Not just applicants, but also every immigration service provider. One of the most common questions we receive is, why does the Paraguayan ID card or Cédula take so long to be ready? The short answer is that it's not a problem that any law firm, agency, or immigration provider can solve. It's a government process, and unfortunately, government processes in Paraguay can be very slow. The biggest reason goes back to several years after a major forgery scandal involving Paraguayan ID cards were issued to individuals from sensitive jurisdictions. Following that scandal, the authorities introduced an additional security step known as an intelligence report. This report is requested individually for every applicant aged 14 or older. Even if you already submitted an official criminal background check from your home country, the Paraguayan authorities can still conduct their own verification. In other words, they don't simply rely on the document you provided. They contact the relevant authorities in your country or in the country where your criminal background check was issued to verify your identity, confirm that you are who you claim to be, and ensure that there are no undisclosed criminal records. These requests are government-to-government communications, and as everyone who's ever dealt with government agencies knows that communications between them are rarely fast. The delay doesn't depend only on Paraguay. It also depends on how quickly the foreign government responds. In some countries, the answer is relatively quickly, while others such as France, Brazil, Canada often takes considerably longer for reasons that aren't always clear. On top of that, Paraguay has experienced an enormous increase in immigration applications over the last few years. The country's infrastructure simply wasn't designed for the current volume of applications. Government systems become overloaded, local document systems occasionally go offline, and the agencies responsible for these procedures are processing far more cases than they were originally built to handle. There's another factor that many people don't know about. The National Police Identification Department, or Identificaciones, has a limited number of machines that physically produce Paraguayan ID cards. Those machines are not dedicated exclusively to foreigners. They print every Paraguayan ID card in the country. That includes first-time IDs, renewals, replacements for lost cards, and every foreign resident cédula as well. So naturally, there is a significant backlog. Even expedited processing isn't truly fast. Of course, you will have your Paraguayan cédulas before anyone else, but in most cases, an expedited process still takes around 2 to 3 months, although sometimes people get lucky and receive it like sooner. Under the standard process, it's common for the cédula to take around 4 or 5 months to be ready. And yes, this can also apply to renewals. This isn't unique to one immigration provider. Every legitimate provider in Paraguay works within exactly the same government system. Recently, the government has also been migrating to a new digital system. Originally, these changes were expected to reduce waiting times dramatically, and at one point, there were discussions suggesting that ID cards could eventually be issued in as little as 30 days. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened. System migrations often create temporary delays before they create improvements. The good news is that there have also been discussions about reducing the national police involvement in parts of the immigration process and allowing the immigration department to manage more of it directly. If that happens, eventually, it could significantly improve the process and make everything faster. But for now, there is no official timeline for when those changes might become a reality. So, in summary, Paraguayan ID cards take time because every applicant must go through an additional intelligence verification, because those checks depend on communication between multiple governments, because the country's infrastructure is under heavy demand, and because of the identification department has limited production capacity. It's not a step that can be skipped, and unfortunately, it's not something that any immigration provider can speed up. The best advice is to be patient and remember that government timelines in Paraguay are always estimates, not guarantees. No matter what any official announcement says, processing times can always change depending on workload, system availability, and government resources.